Hey Hugh. All right, we're gonna deal with a work word problem. Just throwing this in here. Work is what we working with. All right, then now let's get back to business. All right, so check it. It says here, suppose one painter can paint the entire house in 12 hours, and a second painter takes 8 hours to paint a similarly sized house. How long would it take the two painters together to paint the house? Um, all right, so when the work problem that's going to be used to just, I guess businesses use them to just see if you got a couple of people working or 3 or 4 people, how much time would it take them to do a particular job? Just know this, since it's, I know this may be hard to see, so I'm trying to move the camera around, but just says here, one painter could complete it in 12 hours, right? And the other painter could do it in 8 hours. All right. Just so we know one thing, if two of them are going to be working together, that means that they have to do the job in under 12 hours. At least that, because that's the highest. So if both of them are working together, and then they're not going to be working over 12 hours, they'll be doing under 12 hours. Maybe under 8, we'll see, but definitely under 12. Okay, so just know that when you're looking at, answer choices, things of that nature. Okay, now let's get to the concept of this whole thing. I'm going to make this represent like a job, right? I'm going to make this whole rectangle here represent. All right. This is one person doing the job, right? And they're saying that another person do this other painter doing the same job or the same size house, right? Okay, for this first painter, let's call this painter Bob. All right, let's call this painter John, right? Bob can paint the house in 12 hours. So that means it's going to take him 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, it's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in 12 hours. All right. While this other person, John, now I really got to make it the same size. All right, just to show, because they're doing the same amount of time the same amount of the job, but it depends on how long they do the job. John could do it in 8 hours. So let me just cut this in half, right? And I'll make this another half, put it in quarters. Excuse this, I'm gonna take this out right here, all right? Then if I do this, all right, make this a part of it. So let's just do this. I'm gonna make this 1 hour. John could do, because he's doing it in 8 hours, this is one of the hours. While Bob, he does it in 12 hours, right? And this is one of the hours. So really, Bob can do, in 1 hour, he can do 1/12 of the job, right? In 1 hour, Bob can do 1/12 of the job, all right? While John, in 1 hour, he can do 1/8 of the job. Okay, that's what we're going to use, the 1/12 and the 1/8. So again, Bob can do the job in 1/12 of the time in 1 hour, while John, he can do 1/8 of the job in 1 hour. Okay, now let's take same job that they're doing, right? Let's make this a little bigger so we can see it. All right, and what's going to happen now, since Bob can do the job in 1/12 of an hour, and John could do it in 1/8. That's what we're going to add together. Let's add this, right, to see how much they can do together in an hour. Remember, we're going to find a common denominator since they both have different denominators. And the common denominator is going to be 24. All right, so if the common denominator is 24, let me do it down here. There's 24 here, and there's 24 here, right? So that means 1/12 would be the same as 2/24, right? 2/24, so it's equivalent to each other. And the 1/8 will be equivalent to 3/24, all right? And you add this together, and that means that in 1 hour, both of these two guys together will do 5/24 of the job. What will that look like? That's like saying, okay, now imagine now this is the job. That's the main job they had to do, kind of like these two other ones. And now imagine they're working on it together, that house together. This would have to be broken up into 24ths. All right, let me see if I can do this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I put 11 because there's going to be 12 pieces inside here. Let's count it up just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. And on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now that's 12 on this side. So I have a total of 24. Okay. Remember, they said that between the two of them in 1 hour, they can do 5/24 of the job. So this is all 24. Let me shade in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This now represents, that's 5/24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/24, right? That's what they can do in 1 hour. That's the two of them working together. They do this in 1 hour. All right. So they're going to do 5/24 in 1 hour. Well, if they do 5/24 in 1 hour, they'll always be doing 5/24 every hour. So let's see how many 5 of these we can get. I got one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 hours, right? That's 5/24 right there. Get another 5/24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 hours. Right? Get another 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 hours. And what I'm left with, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 pieces. That's 4 out of 5. So what I got together is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I have 4 hours and 4/5 of an hour. This is how much time it takes them to complete the job. All right, 4 hours and 4/5 of an hour. All right, that's the idea of what we're doing. Okay, now I'll show you the shortcut. Okay, so now here's the shortcut of this. All right, remember we know that it takes 12 hours for one painter to do the job and 8 hours for the other person, right? So now let's write that in the fraction like we did before. So for the first one, let me pull this back. Okay, so for the first guy, what was his name? Bob again, right? He can do the job in 1/12 of the time. And the other painter, John, can do it in 1/8 of the time. So you take 1/12 plus 1/8, and that's what you're adding together. That's like pretty much a step one, right? To add these two together. When you do that, once again, we know that it's going to be the same thing as saying we get the common denominator, which is 24, right, for both of them. Then that means it's going to be 2/24 plus 3/24, which is 5/24. All right, that's how much they can do in 1 hour together in 1 hour. All right, so that's just step one. And step one is this. All right, this is what they can do. That's step one. Put one over here. Okay, now step two. Okay, we said that now we're going to see how much they can do since they could do 5/24 in 1 hour. So here's the step. You take the 5/24, right? Turn it and get the reciprocal. All right, so that means now if I get the reciprocal, it's not going to be flipped. It becomes 24/5. Okay, that's the second step. You get the reciprocal of that fraction that you got, what they can do in an hour. So now the reciprocal is 24/5. Now with that, that's step two. Step three, do the division. It's just dividing now. All right. Now, or dividing in this sense, which would mean that you could turn it into a mixed number. So it's going to be 24/5 as a mixed number. 24 goes into 5 4 times, right? Or 24 divided by 5 is 4 times. And then you're going to be left with the remainder of 4/5. And there's your answer. So it's going to be 4 hours and 4/5 of an hour. So your answer is 4 4/5 hour. If you want to turn that into actual hours and minutes, that's going to be 4 hours and 4/5. Well, let's see, what would that be? 4/5 would be, if it's going to be 60 minutes in an hour, 4/5 would be equal to, let's see, 60 would be now my denominator representing 60 minutes. 5 times 15 gives me, 5 times 12. 5 times 12 gives me 60. So it's going to be 4 times 12, which gives me 48. So that means in 48 minutes, right? 48 out of 60 minutes. So it's going to be 44 hours and 48 minutes. Right? If you have to convert it into such, all right? So again, let me say it one last time. Step 1, you're going to take the 2 times, or you take the two situations. You're going to, if it's in 12 hours, that means it's going to be done in 1/12. That's what could be done in 1 hour. All right. You take the this is 8 hours. That means that the person could do the job in 1/8 for 1 hour. Get the common denominator, add, and then find the equivalent fractions, and then it means you add them. This is going to be what they can do in 1 hour. Step 1. Step 2, make sure that you now get the reciprocal of, it was 5/24. Get the reciprocal of that. It will become 24/5. Step 3, now you're going to divide. So now that you have 24/5, you do the division, which now comes out to 4 wholes and 4 out of 5. Or 4 wholes and 4 is the remainder, 4/5 hour. All right, that's it. You got it. Hopefully that helps. Try that that question. I think question number 4. See if you can get it. Holler at me if anything, if you need any more help with it. I'll talk to you later, man. Good luck. Peace.